Hey there everyone, it's Jenn, the Board Game Library, doing a solo review. I used to do those back in the day. Today I am featuring the new and extremely awesome, spoilers, HerStory by Underdog Games. I'd like to thank Underdog Games for sending this to us. I'm not going to do a playthrough. Matt is the one who really does those. This game is wildly easy to learn and how to play, and I'll talk about some of the mechanics as we're going along. But this is designed by Nick Bentley, Danielle Reynolds, and Emerson Matsuuchi. 2 to 5 players, ages 8 and up, 30 to 60 minutes. So, the premise of this game is that you are an author crafting an 8-chapter story where you are looking to include and tell the stories of 8 amazing women. So there's, it says on the back of the book, 120 historic women are featured. So what do they mean by 120 historic women? They mean 120 wonderfully diverse, amazingly rich stories of women from all across the world. And we're not just talking like Eurocentric, we're talking, or even American centric. We're talking about amazing women throughout the world's history. So that right there, to me, is a home run. So the mechanics of the game are very, very, very easy. You are able to draft a card on your round and gain 2 points. You are able to collect a resource of which you need to be able to craft the particular person that you are looking to put into your story. And then finally you are going to do some crafting and then get those ladies into your story. So it's one of the 8 chapters. The game is that easy. That's it. That's it. And the game is over when a person has 8 ladies in their book. So, straight up, is this game revolutionary? Is it going to blow your mind with new and fantastical mechanics that are just going to win all kinds of amazing awards because of that? No. I think the designers and the Underdog Games has even said, too, that that's not the goal of this game. Let's talk about the goal of this game, and that's kind of what I'm going to primarily talk about. So I talk quite a bit, and I've talked before in other videos about being a female in this hobby and how important representation is, and that is huge for any group of people who are marginalized in any hobby or any sector of society. Playing a game, and in this instance, playing a game where there are playable female characters, where there are characters who are not white, is huge. That is so huge. Because I'm not the first one to say this, representation matters. It matters, and especially as we're looking to bring more folks into this hobby, and again, as my work as the board game librarian, that is like my key tenet, bringing more people into this hobby, and I call them the quote-unquote non-traditional folks. We need games like this. We 100% need games like this. This is a game I would tell you that you should purchase for your mom as a Christmas gift, for your sister as her birthday gift, for your wife as a Mother's Day gift, for your daughter to have, your 3-year-old daughter, for her to be able to grow into, or anyone. They don't have to be female. Give it to anyone, because, a game like this is very important. So in HerStory as well, too, they worked with an educational consulting team, primarily of teachers and other educators, who did a lot of the amazing research here on what women should be included. But to me, even more important was a group of school children that they worked with to craft these, and research what folks should be included. I love that. I love that so much that they got young people excited about this, into this, got their participation, because that makes them invested in it. It gives them more to learn about from history than dates and facts. Because when you're telling a story, that is so much more interested than this happened then, this happened then. Context is everything, right? So playing this game, I particularly liked it at 2 players. I taught it at the library at 3 players, 4 players, and 5 players. I liked it best at 2. But again, you got to take that with a grain of salt because it's usually just Matt and and I'm so used to games being so snappy at just 2 players. It was just longer with more players. So again, if you are an educator, I think this is an amazing game for you to have in your classroom. If you're a history teacher or someone who does maybe women's studies, I think gamification in this aspect here, this is an awesome thing to have. Have several copies of it. The students can break into groups, play. They could, do research on other ladies that could be in this game too. And I know they had a huge number they wanted to include and had to cut it down. Expansion. So that's kind of the importance here, I think. I think doing a review without talking about this is wildly... It would be a huge miss if you're not talking about that. So the other thing too that Underdog has been knocking out of the park lately, and we talked about this with our Trucking Through History game review, is so on the front of the card there is the person, the resources need to be able to put that person into your story, your book, and then on the back is their name, the dates they were alive, if they were known, like maybe what and 2 or 3 words they were known for, and a little history about them. More chef's kisses. Because games can be amazing opportunities for folks to learn. And something like this in particular too, and I was a history major. I took women's studies classes. I thought I was pretty well versed in my women's history, but there were so many folks in here. I had no idea who they were. And I love those moments. I love those moments in any game. It was same with Trucking Through History, where I can learn something, and if I'm particularly interested by that topic or person, I can go and then to the library and learn more about them. Take a book out, if there's a documentary. So these are all great things. But even like a person that you would know, Gina Davis was the one, especially in our house and at the library, folks were like, Gina Davis? But all the activism she's done, I had no idea about that. Production on this game, I think also, this was not Kickstarted. This was one that went straight to retail. You can purchase it off of Amazon right now. You can check my link in the description below and see if it's something that you would like to purchase. It's priced reasonably, I think, for what you get in the game. And then all of the kind of things that went into like making this game. Production. So production is great. We have in here, and I'll take some of the things out. Great individual player boards. Where you're kind of setting up your own story there, spots. You have... the card quality is really nice. They're kind of that quilted quality. You're not going to need to sleeve these because they're really great quality. You have your library card. Underdog, I see you. You see me. And their mats too, I feel like that they have done are great. They're super functional. They have the stitching around the edge so the edge doesn't fray away, and they're useful. They're useful mats. Could you play the game without the mat? Yeah, probably. But if you're me, why not? There's a mat. You want to play with the mat. And then a leather sack that has all of the resources in it as well, and then these push pins, which are your score trackers. So is this game fun? Yes. Is this game going to be for everyone? That's a tough question because I think it's for everyone, but will it be for you? I don't know. The game is immensely easy to learn to play. It's immensely easy to play. It's immensely easy to teach if you like to teach. And but some folks, a lighter weight game, and this game is very light, is not for everyone. So if light games in particular are not your normal game jam, then no, this won't be a great fit for you. Will it be a great fit for you to play at the holidays with your family who are not uber gamers? Yes. Yes. So that I really appreciate. Again, those welcoming games where people have opportunities to play something. They're not, Lacrimosa or Lisboa, and those aren't even the heaviest of the heavy, but that people can sit around a table, they can feel at ease, not nervous about too many complex rules or strategies. They can kind of just go along and learn as well. I think that is a fantastic opportunity for your life. I think it's for your life. So that's kind of it, folks. That's my review of HerStory. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments if you've played, what your favorite featured lady in the game was. I'd love to know that, or ladies that were not in the game that you would love to see featured in an expansion. Lots of opportunity for expansion there. And if you think this would make a great gift for someone in your life. So that is all for this review, friends. I'm Jenn, the board game librarian. Again, thank you to Underdog Games for sending this along. And for Emerson Matsuuchi, who signed my copy a couple of weeks ago at a game day at the library. We'll catch you next time, friends. Bye.